Aloha and welcome. Brother Richie here. This is live. It's about 10 past high noon Hawaiian time coming at you live from my makeshift studio, Emelani the Great's bedroom. Shh, don't tell her. When she hears about it, that's my bedroom. You can do it in your own bedroom. And I quite frankly don't have room. I like the lighting in here. I like what's going on. Makeshift studio. This is the ground level, putting in the work, coming at you 6 days a week. I'm going religious. I'm going to take Sundays off. How come people just tune in and then tune out? That's okay. This is the infancy stage. The Spirit of Sports, my flagship show, brought to you by Notpods.com, coming one day. Maybe I shouldn't say soon. I do own it. I will work on it one day. Notpods.com. As for now, YouTube at Notpods. I'm fresh cut. Thank you so much, Charlene, up in town. Very nice. I'm in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, Hawaii. I'm not going to tell you yet where I am. One day you will know, and if you do know, you know. It is Friday, October 27th. We are kicked off into week 8. How does the NFL season just fly by? September, October, November, December, even January. February, March, April, May, June, July, August. I don't know. Maybe the NFL season should be 28 weeks. That would be not bad. Anyway, it is week 8. We're flying through the season as we always do. I'm kind of nervous for February because all of my content basically is NFL, but we'll get into the NBA. We'll get into the NCAA. Maybe we'll talk more life than talk story. Maybe we'll do more about, fascinating figures throughout history. You got to pivot. You got to turn as the market goes. But for now, we're NFL, all NFL, pretty much all NFL, pretty much all the time. We'll talk a little bit of Beavers. Go Beavs. I got my best golf courses in the world. 3 of these were by my daughter and 1 was by me. And if you can guess which is me, I will send you some swag coming soon as well. A lot of stuff coming soon. I'm just putting in the work, trying to make a show every day, 6 days a week, here in my pseudo studio at Notpods, the Spirit of Sports, Friday, October 27th. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about trade deadline coming up in the NFL. See, I got 10 or 12 rumors from my boy Schefter. I wish one day from the internet, where we get all our information. And I study up and I go through and I pick what seems feasible. There's a lot of stuff out there. What seems feasible? So we got some trade possibilities. Do a little bit of game by game breakdown for week 8 of the NFL season 2023, the year our Lord. And then some trade possibilities. Who's going to be buyers? We'll go through every team. Are they a buyer? Are they a seller? Are they going to stand pat? Trades used to hardly ever happen in the NFL. But I think it's days of the swashbuckler now. The younger GMs, they want to make a splash. It used to be the good old boy network, and we're going to stand pat. I like where our team is. If any trade's going to happen, it's going to have to come from the other end, says Jerry. When you need help, Jerry Jones, you need help. So let's look into first Seems like Vegas is starting to wield her Medusa head a little bit. My first one that I really noticed was when Patrick Mahomes at Jets, I think it was Sunday night, maybe week 4, when he's throwing passes like this and going, I don't know. And the Jets cover, and about 90% of the money's on KC. I'm not saying they're paid off. I don't think you could do that, but you could say, I know where your kid lives. Anyway, I don't want to get, nobody's listening anyway. That's the beauty of right now. Say whatever the hell I want. I just really think that this multi-billion-dollar industry, the NFL, that is in cahoots with gambling now, DraftKings, FanDuel, fantasy football, Las Vegas, pretty sure they're not going to leave it to chance. No, they'll give us our little taste here and there, keep us coming back. But I'm looking at the percentage of the money in Vegas this week. I guess, yeah, only 56% of the money was on Buffalo at -8.5. I just do the spreads for now. 56% of the money. And there was on that final drive, the face mask was somewhat obvious, kind of had to be called on 4th down. There was a 4th down illegal contact where Baker got sacked. And the guy was hit, bump and running the guy, and he maybe stopped contact at 7 yards. And it was maybe 2 yards past the allotted space. Super questionable. That's one that maybe just go, So Tampa did cover on a game. Buffalo's calls early on from the 1 yard line, super questionable. 20 penalties in the game. And if you look at the full game, seems like Buffalo probably should have won by about 24 points. Instead, they win by 6. Tampa Bay covers. Buffalo punts 4 times in the second half. Almost every possession, punt. They're getting the ball around midfield and punting. Just doesn't seem right. I know they got issues with their offense, but something that makes you go, So other games we'll be looking at. I like to look at the games with 70% or more of the money on one team. We'll start it. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's 5 games with 70+% of the money in Vegas. 3 games with 80. KC -7 at Denver, 71% of the money in Vegas. Keep an eye on that. Minnesota's been a flip-flop. Last I saw, they were +1 at Green Bay. 74% of the money on Minnesota. Apparently the sharps are coming in at Green Bay, but I just don't buy it. They're saying that Minnesota was, let down spot after the big game, big victory, where a lot of things went wrong for the Niners. I thought Cousins looked pretty good. And I think that season is turnaroundable. So 74% of the money on Minnesota. Surprisingly, 76% of the money on Dallas at -6 versus the Rams. I got the Rams possibly beating them outright. Keep an eye on that. Another one, Jacksonville, -2.5, 77% of the money. I got Pittsburgh. With I think I have them beating them outright and with the points. Yes, I do have Dallas winning outright, but I got the Rams with the 6.5. That's 77% of the money in Vegas on Jacksonville. Now into the 80s, 86% of the money on Detroit, -8. Home for Vegas. I have the same. I have them at -9, so that came down. Baltimore -8 at Arizona. 86% of the money in Vegas. And then Philadelphia leads the way this week. 87% of the money in Vegas. Philadelphia -6.5. Keep an eye on that one. You know how Washington played them earlier. Had a chance to go for 2, kicked the extra point, scored on the last play of the game. So those are the teams with 70 to 80% of the money, and I just like keeping an eye on that. Let's go into, I'm going to go team by team. Who who's a seller? Who's a buyer? Thanks for peeking in, whoever that was. Couldn't even give me a thumbs up. That's okay. Nobody's watching. That's the beauty of this. It's going to take a while. This is a grassroots. This is a snowball effect. Oh, hey. Sup, Richie Amber. Thank you. She did. I'm going to chat back real quick, people. I'll chat back after. Anyway, now I'm going to chat back now. I got to move this a little bit. Thanks so much, Amber. Slow and steady. Oh, wait. I guess. Hold up. Okay, guys. I'm just going to type real quick. Thanks so much, Amber. Slow and steady process. Have no doubts this will be my career, though. Chase your dreams. Okay, and we're back. Amber, thank you. I got a shout out. You know, pretty rare those, and I got a thumbs up, and everyone that just gives me a shot. You know, it's tough for one thing. Sit down by yourself, no music, no real notes to speak of, no cutaways, no commercial breaks, just me and Mike and the camera. And you know, we're going to look back on this and say how archaic, and probably even laugh. But for now, you know, I'm putting in the work until all that other stuff comes around. And I thank you all, anybody that supported me. I won't forget the first ones, and who knows, down the road, $500 million. Believe it, trust in it, trust the process. I'm the Philadelphia 76ers 7 years ago. Joel Embiid is coming. I know I can't get to the conference finals, but, you know, they're still a multi-billion-dollar industry. So thank you so much. Love you guys. Let's get into some trade rumors. A little bit of studying up. Actually, first of all, let's get into team by team. What do I think? Team by team, buyer, seller, or stand pat. Arizona Cardinals. Might want to sell a little. James Conner, possibly. I don't know what's up with Kyler Murray. I don't know. You're probably going to have a top 3 or 4 pick. But they're a scrappy team. I think they're going to win some games. I don't think they want to sell off their whole future. Really like the coach, even though Jonathan Gannon, defensive guy, but I just like he hasn't playing well. And I don't really think you just want to sell off your future. Falcons, you got to be buyers, don't you? 4-3, you're in first place. And speaking of, Justin Fields to Atlanta? A little scuttlebutt out there about that. What do you think of that? Baltimore Ravens, definite buyers. To me, they're damn near in the driver's seat for possibly win the division or possibly win the home field advantage and go to the Super Bowl. If I had to pick right now, I think they're my favorite to win the Super Bowl, actually. Baltimore. I've been saying all year, once they get this figured out with Todd Monken and their new OC, really like their direction. And I think that passing attack is going to catch on. And then that just opens up the scrambling for Lamar Jackson. Ravens, couple names. Danielle Hunter, edge rush, defensive lineman from Minnesota. Zach Moss, try to get the running game going a little better. Or just go with Gus the Bus, Zach Moss, even Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry to Dallas, Baltimore, or Buffalo floating around out there. And I definitely think Tennessee is a seller. Should be a seller. The Bills, got to buy. They got to be buyers. Hunter Renfrow, somebody. I don't know what happened to his career. Maybe he was just dependent on Derek Carr. Carolina Panthers, probably sell. You need draft capital when you have a rookie quarterback and you're 0-6. Let's see. Adam Thielen, maybe to Miami. Possibilities. Okay. Bears, probably sell. See what happens. That's the beauty of it. The later and later that the trade deadline is, because it used to be 2 weeks ago after week 4. Now the trade deadline is after week 8. Teams get a little more chance to see exactly where they're at. So the Bears probably be in the seller's market. Justin Fields on the move. There's rumors. Bengals probably could use a receiver. Need a little help on the D. Would be buyers in my book for the Bengals. Browns, you're still right in the thick of things. Got to be buyers as well. Jerry Jeudy rumors to the Browns. See about that. This is just, this is a quick little rundown. What teams need help, who could be a buyer, who would be a seller. A little bit of rumors. Cowboys. I feel great about our team. I don't think we need to make a move unless somebody else. Call has to come from the other end. Gee, I really like our Super Bowl team 25 years in a row. I don't know, bro. When your owner is a narcissistic GM as well and mega ego, yeah. Maybe you should have a real GM, Jerry. Maybe if Jimmy Johnson was still there, you'd have 10 Super Bowls. Always had to have a yes man. You wanted all the credit. Take all the credit you want for not going to the Super Bowl or even the NFC Championship game for 25, almost 30 years. You get all that credit. That's what you wanted. Wanted full control, full credit. I would say be a buyer. I would say Pollard is a third down back. I would say you need a Zach Moss or a Derrick Henry. I would say you need some help in the defensive backfield, but, we're a stand-pat crew. Broncos, sell. Patrick Surtain to Philly. Jeudy out. I don't know. I think you keep Surtain. Don't you have to have some kind of future? We'll see. Definitely sellers. Lions. Mike Evans to the Lions. Buy. Get out there and buy. Packers. I don't know. Are you stand pat? Stand pat to sell. I was kind of in on the Packers, and I have not been impressed. I think it's going to be a struggle. The Sharps like them against Minnesota this week. I really like Minnesota. I did not put them in my 4-pack. It was close. Houston Texans, stand pat. I don't think you want to get rid of any assets. You're set at QB. Maybe some O-line help, the running game. You got the backs. You just need the up front. Colts. Don't know. Confused with the Colts. Zach Moss to Dallas. That's out there. Jacksonville. Bye. 5-2, leading your soft division. Looking at possibly win the whole conference. Home field advantage through Jacksonville. I would buy. I think they're good. Maybe a wideout, little D-line help. KC Chiefs, I think that they'd be a stand pat. What are you going to give up? Defense is better than ever. Raiders, sell. I don't know. Raiders is a mess. I don't know how they have 3 wins. They're going to win 1 or 2 more games. Mark my words. Raiders, my 5-star pick, under 6.5 wins. Looking good. Chargers, another just ineptitude. I don't even want to try with the Chargers. Rams, could be a buyer, could be a seller. See what happens. Big game. They win at Dallas, maybe stand pat, maybe even get some help on the D. Miami Dolphins, you could buy. Adam Thielen. That's a rumor. Vikings. They could win 6 in a row, get right back in it. I say Minnesota Vikings stand pat. Patriots, maybe a sell. Who knows? It's just, that's a weird one. Pats are always weird. They've always cut guys, a year early, but better than a year late. So we'll see about that. New Orleans Saints, you can sell. Not a good football team. Giants, Saquon wants to stay. There's not a whole lot of grumbles about him going. That guy could be a CMC type pickup for a contending team. So don't sleep on that happening. We're not hearing much about it right now. Jets, you're in the market. I'm not selling if I'm a Jets. Big game. If they could go to 4-3 and Aaron Rodgers got hurt on the 4th play of the season, you will take that as a Jets fan. Could use some help at receiver. Defense, I think, is set. Backfield, a little bit of O-line. O-line, receiver. I'm a buyer if I'm the Jets. Eagles, I think, stand pat. Don't want to risk your future, but looking really good. Maybe could use a little help. Defensive backfield. You should get some guys coming back, though. Steelers, I'm a buyer. Definitely not a seller, maybe stand pat. I think they're just going to get better and better. Matt Canada, much maligned. Just pretend it's the 4th quarter. Matt Canada. So I'm definitely not selling if I'm the Steelers. 49ers, definitely not selling. Seahawks, not selling. Tampa Bay, sell. We've seen the Baker. Baker, I think he's done. Holds the ball too long. Doesn't make great decisions. Turns the ball over. He's pretty good arm. Just not sure his head's in the right spot. Titans definitely sell. Get something for Derrick Henry before it's too late. Commanders sell. 3 bad teams at the bottom. That's the alphabetical order. Teams buy, sell, or hold at the trade deadline. Zach Ertz to Jacksonville is another one I've been hearing. Chase Young possibly to Seattle. I'm sure a few teams could use Chase Young. So there we have it. That's the trade rumors and buy, sell, or hold. Every team. That's my thoughts on that. My thoughts on the NFL is if the NFL is awesome. It's all my content. Join me every Monday for Backseat Quarterback, one of my favorites. I'm going to get back on to That's What He Said, the NFL Fantasy Football Live crew. They haven't been very good. I took a few weeks off vacation, trying to catch back up, but I'm going to catch back up on some of that tonight and tomorrow. Probably come back on Tuesday with That's What He Said. See if they can be better than 35, 40% on their advice. To us, the consumer, they have the show telling us what to do, and it's 60% bad, terrible advice. Be better. Backseat quarterback, how everybody can be better. And what the hell are you doing out here, people? I still love Rich Eisen. The Chargers are the kings of how the hell did we lose that game? You watch the game and you see the final score and you see all the crap and you say, how the hell did we lose that game? So Sunday's coming, people. I will be off the air on Sundays from now on, taking notes, watching the kid. Got a friend coming into town this weekend. But I will be back tomorrow. We'll break down every single game, game by game. I have my sheet. I like doing grade the coach, who has a better coach, QB, running back room, receiving room, and defense. Probably should add O-line. We'll go down every single game. A little bit of injury report. I already have done my picks. I got to get those in by Thursday. But Saturday is ramp up the NFL day and talk about my 4-pack. The Rams plus 6.5, Pittsburgh plus 2.5, Cincy plus 3, and Chicago Bears plus 9. That's my 4-pack. We'll get the Blazing 5. We'll get Nick Wright's 3. We will see you tomorrow right around noon, high noon Hawaiian time. This is Brother Richie, pushing 27 minutes as long as we get close to 30, 6 days a week. Love you guys. Thanks for your support. Amber, thanks for the shout out. And I'm going to say it every day. Try to love yourself, forgive yourself, love yourself. Then you can forgive others. You can love others. We're all in this together. I'm trying. We should all try. It's hard. It really is hard. But if we can make it happen, make it a better world, we're all in this together. This amazing place we live. Life is short. Enjoy. Love. Fill the world with love, except on backseat quarterback. Then the vitriol comes out. What in the F are you doing? Okay, until tomorrow. Ahui ho.